So guys, as you might have seen, Valve just released a huge update where they added this new box, which now allows you to just jump up here by yourself. So you no longer need anyone to boost you. You can just simply just hop onto the box and then go short. I think this will be a very huge change to the map, because now as the T, you need to be very careful about anyone playing aggressively on short early in the round and still have decently strong long takes. And what I mean by that is usually what you had to do before, you needed one player to boost the guy on short, which meant that there was just one guy that could hold the long area. And I think right now the meta is shifting a little bit towards CT side, and the meta is shifting towards a playstyle where CTs take long with minimal effort, and if Ts are taking long, they give it up. Or they do like full hard commits, but I think this will be rare in the future. Because if you watch the last tournament and you saw the game from Mouse, it was against G2, I think, but they played this too, and what they did, they had a smoke from spawn. I think it was somewhere around this area, I think, something like this maybe. Yeah, it bounces off here and then goes towards this corner here. And then they had just one guy going long. I think he modded like this or flashed out like so. So he was basically taking long control by himself, which is super strong, because then the other two guys are free to fight with the B player over the whole midsection here. And I think this will be more meta right now. And I think this will be even more meta after the update now, because previously, if the Ts were coming out long and let's say you were in a position here where you had to fall back, what you would do, you would boost up your AWPer so he can play from side, but then the other guy that just boosted him could just maybe smoke short or molly it and try to block it, but he would never be able to get back onto the short area because he had to boost and he couldn't run out here because the Ts were already out long, right? So now he can just boost the guy on side and then just take short by himself. So it doesn't matter if the Ts have long. If you still have some smokes left, you can just turtle inside with smokes here or smokes here and make this really hard. So I think this will make the map even more CT-sided, and it gives a lot of options for the CTs to play around losing long control. And also, even if Ts are coming long, usually they use smokes like this, and sometimes if they were only coming long and they had no one shot, sometimes even smoke like this. But it doesn't matter anymore, because now everyone, not just one or two guys you can boost, everyone can just come back up here and then try to fight for the A side. I think this is pretty ridiculous. And I think if we don't see another change, this will make this map pretty CT-sided, because now as the CT, it's very easy for you to control this whole mid area. And previously what you had was that you, as the CT, wanted to find out where the A rotator was. So you had one guy B, one guy in front of B, you had three guys towards A, one long, one upper probably playing around here, and then where's the other guy? Sometimes here or sometimes here, and sometimes he even switches with the AWPer, so the AWPer can get back towards CT and then just try to look for duels in mid. But what you wanted to find out is where the third A player was, because if you noticed, for example, you come out mid and you notice he's in CT base, you could quickly just come up short and then go here and try to hit the A side, or just quickly go long, try to get the 3v1 onto the long player, and then just have one guy lurking short, blocking the rotation from the city player and denying him like the ability to come back up towards the A side. So you get an isolated fight on the long guy and can then just progress towards the A side, because the short player can cut off these rotations, maybe like with the Molotov, you know, stuff like this, and make it super hard for the CTs to come out here. But now this is no longer the case, because this guy can very quickly, if you recognize that, just come here, do maybe a smoke like this, and then just wait for the smoke to pop. Obviously this is terrible smoke, but you get the idea. Then can come back up here. If you still have a long player, maybe if he's even AWPing from here, he can quickly reposition, wait for the smoke to fade, and then just give a flash like this. So anyone that's playing in the short area here will get just completely blinded, and anyone that came up the box here can just hide here, wait for the smoke to fade, and then just make a play. And it's not just about the CT that can now make it towards the short area to prevent the T's from pushing. It's also a risk later on the round if someone is like playing in this area. He can always just come up here and then re-aggress towards the short area, because previously you had to run all the way to re-aggress here. But if you're now here, you can just simply jump up the box, and then you can flank this and check for anyone that's maybe setting up a B split, and you can do that with 2 players from the A side. So now if you're even trapped here, previously if the CTs if the T's were doing a B split, all you had to do was nade, or all you could do was nade and fight here. But now if you're trapped in a position like this, you can also just come here, maybe with 2 guys, let the B split happen, maybe quickly flank towards tunnels. Like, there's so many options that you have now as a CT. So I think this will require a lot of coordination for the T side right now, because what I think you will have to do is, if you recognize that the CTs play heavily towards the mid side, you need to pressure the extremities to pull the CTs out of the mid area, right? So maybe we will see stuff like this again, putting high pressure on long, flashing out long, trying to gain control over this area, and then maybe just leaving an AWP here and then go back, like not full committing towards long, because as I said, full committing towards long is not really dangerous anymore, especially because previously you had someone here that would cut off the rotation from short, because everyone that was rotating to CT as a CT couldn't get into the long area. So that meant that you had to kind of retake the mid area to be able to come up short and then be in a good position. You no longer have to do that. You can just run quickly CT base and then just by yourself get back onto the A side, right? So the lurk that was usually found on top mid here is, I don't want to say completely useless, but it definitely got a lot weaker. And I think it might be needed to play like double lurk. So you have 3 guys going out long, you will have someone top mid, and you will have someone maybe tunnels. Maybe you will have 2 guys tunnels, maybe one going lower and one going upper. Maybe you will have 2 guys going upper and try to catch someone. I think you need to play a lot more slower the rounds, and don't make obvious moves like going out full long, stuff like this. I don't think this will be viable in the future anymore. So as I said, I think you need some pressure towards the extremities, either long takes where you send out players, or maybe something like B rush fake, or like pressure with maybe smoke and a smoke here, like a delayed one. So when the CT smoke off this smoke is a little bit longer up, so you could explode after this smoke fades. And I think you could pressure that with some early utility, like early flashes to get out the CT smoke, then a slightly delayed door smoke, and then doing nothing with it, or maybe just popping with it in 1 or 2 rounds. So you apply pressure for the second B player to stay up here, or on long you apply pressure to have one guy helping the long player for longer, so you have freedom to take short with a scenario where you don't have to expect 2 players on short, right? So yeah, I think this will slow down the T's default by a lot, or they will have to apply very early fast pressure towards the extremities. If you don't do that, if you don't take long pressure, or you don't create any pressure on long, CTs will just fall back, go short, and then just do all kinds of setups where they have AWPers here holding stuff like this, with a rifler sitting here, then the AWPer will just do 1 shot, falls back, offers a flash, and then just re-peeks with you. Stuff like this will be very common, I think, and it was already on the rise, I think, if you watch the last few games on Dust 2 on the top level. But I think this will get even worse, and yeah, I'm pretty interested in seeing how T's will deal with this. But I think if CTs will make use of this box more and will start to get into the leaving long meta even more, then I think T side will be very difficult, and T's will have to be very strategic about it. And yeah, Maybe does 2 need the second change to make T-side a little bit better? We'll have to find out. Let's see in the future, but I think this is a huge buff for CTs. And yeah, I don't know if I like it. Guys, tell me what you think. Do you like it? Do you not? I would be interested to see that in the comment section below. And yeah, if you made it this far in my video, I offer free coaching right now for 1 month. So just look in the description down below and you will find everything you need. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.